Hello everybody, welcome back to an edition of the EcoStruxure Control Expert training. I'm your host, Leandro Mada, and in this video what we're going to see is how we can migrate firmware from the M580 from the version 3.2, in this case, to the version 4. something. Okay, so let's go to the presentation. So, in this particular case, there is a few things that we need to know. The first one is to check the compatibility rules. So, depending on the product version, software version, there is some limitation about the product version from reaching certain amount of firmware level. So those things are the thing that we need to double check before continue with the firmware update. So it's important to check in your PLC, which is the firmware version. So you can see the product version over there, okay, at the top. So take a look on that one before proceeding with the update, because you can probably damage the equipment. The next one is that we don't use the Unity loader from the version 3.2 to the 4. something. We have the EcoStruxure Automation Device Maintenance, which is called also EADM. So forget about the Unity loader if you already have the 3.2. So we can use the EADM. And EADM is free. You can download it from our website, and the different firmwares can be also downloaded from the cloud to your PC. Now, in order to download the firmware files, you can also go to our website and download the package from the 3. something to the 4. something, because in order to go from the 3 to the 4, there is an intermediate software, which is the software 3.99. So in this video, what we're going to do is to make 3.99 and then for the 4. something. Okay, so it's available on our website, so you can download it. Now, once we are communicated or we have already developed the application, we need to double check this, because we have the firmware and a data storage password. Okay, by default, we have FW download and web user. If you have changed, you need to remember that, because those new password will be used on the EADM. Also, if you have a application password, you also need to remember it. Otherwise, you will not be able to communicate, and you probably need to reset the controller. So let's go back. In order to see this, in case you wanted to double change that, using the project properties, and here you have application. In case you want to add one, you have firmware and you have the data storage, all this. Okay, so I know there is too much sound side. So now let's go back to the presentation. I don't want to miss anything at all. So once you have downloaded the firmwares, you need to go to the EADM and check where those packages can be retrieved from this software, so you can reuse it. So here in the package settings, you have local repository. You need to use this address in order to find the things. Okay, so here is the package. They have 3.99, 4.0, 3.20. Those are the ones that came for the package. So you need to go to there, leave them, and also include the subfolders. Now that you have that, we just need to add that M580 in our list of the EADM. So we just need to add, there is a button add, and then we just need to look for this one, BME. You don't try to use the other ones that have a specific version. Don't try it. Just use BME and then use FTP. This one is by default. Then you just put the IP address. Now for the IP address, we have the mini USB or the service port. The service port in the one at the top. Okay, in case you want to use this one, not the other one that's for the drops. So the USB is 90.0.0.1, and the Ethernet service is 10.10, and the last 4 digits for the MAC address, or the one that you have already defined in your application. So if you have already downloaded an application, then this may be different. Now, as soon as you add it, let's just go back here and add it. So add button, BME. I'm going to use via USB. The USB is connected, so if I ping the device, ping 90.0.0.1, you can see I'm pinging it, had a communication, or you can also see that is connected over there. Here, this one. So it's going to be 90.0.0.1. As you can see, by default is 21. So just leave it on device. Then you should be able to see the device BME, nothing else, with this icon. This icon means that the device is reachable. Okay, it's fine, but there is no credentials yet. So if we touch this little man over here, set credentials, here we just need to use the password for our application that we have defined, or the one for default. So for firmware is FW download. For data storage is web user, and for application password it depends on the application that we have, or this is off if there isn't. So if we go back to the presentation here, we found there are three ways. If the application is downloaded to the controller and there is no password, then the firmware is the one that we use for password. If you have an application and it has a password, then is the one that you have already defined in the application part. If there is no application, we just need to use the firmware password, which is FW download. And if we just save and connect, you should be able to connect to the device and see this one in green and the little man in green. Okay, so that would be the story about it. So EADM, FW download, save and connect. As you can see, there is the little man in green and this one. And here I'm able to make the device in start. Here you see this icon over here. Just move around. You can see that just need to confirm this, just need to read this. Yeah, confirm. So you can see now it's in run mode, and there is also the, just move the things around here. And it also identifies the device, this 2040, and also the current version of the firmware, which is good. Now I want to migrate this to the 3.99 first, and then the other one. So we need to click over here with this icon with an arrow and something. I don't know, it just updates firmware. So firmware, we just need to select the compatible firmwares. This one is for the migration 3.99. You can see there is this PC. It means that it's installed in our PC. Save is selected, and now here in the bottom we just have the update button. This is not selected because we haven't selected the device. So here selected and then update. You can see here this one is in green now, it's ready. So update, we just need to select this firmware, next, nothing extra to do here. This is the version current, and this is going to be the new one. Next, optional, confirm, and confirm. So now it will wait, it will download everything. Okay, all the data over there, we download the files, and then it will try to write the information. Something important is once we are in the version 3.99, we don't need to power cycle the equipment, because if we power cycle it, it will go back to the version 3.2 or the version that you already have before. So now it will transfer all the information back to the CPU. It will take a couple of minutes. So I will pause this until we got the the communication is almost finished, so we can continue with this. You can see I'm started again the download. I just transfer all the files, so it's going to take quite some time, probably 1-2 minutes. But what you need to double check is this. So as soon as you start with this download, you can see this LED is flashing. Okay, and the idea is to have these three in the top flashing and this one in solid green. So that will be the objective, and that will means that if we have the version 3.99, you can also check the status of everything, how it goes from here in the button or the logs. So if you press the logs, here you can see the transfer for that device. But again, we just need to wait for this one to finish and go into the 100%. So I'm going to stop it just a little bit and then we'll come back. Okay, so now the flashing has been finished, but it usually takes so much time in order to recognize this and open again. So there are a few things to do. You can wait, or you can close this and wait for it to go back. The thing is that as soon as it gave back, as we have a firmware change, there is a different way we need to use in order to connect and download the new firmware. So it will not work that we need to add a different device. So just going to wait just a little bit and then come back just to show you which is the behavior of the device and the EADM. The device is fine. Now we just need to wait for this one to change and go to the state, that state. So you can see there the PLC is ready, but we just need to wait for the LEDs. So you can see there are 3 LEDs, but those 3 LEDs need to be flashing, and the other one in the bottom, the EADM should be in solid green. Just wait for it. We are almost there. Wait for it. Just want you to see the whole process. And there we go. So that finished, which is good. There we go. Okay. And here just waiting for PLC to be ready. The PLC is ready for us to take the other option, but this is what I meant. The EADM probably is going to take longer because it will not be able to connect because the credentials are no longer available. They are not used anymore. We don't use FTP, we use HTTPS. So that's the thing that we need to wait. But now the PLC has the version 3.99, and we just need to we have 2 options. As again, we can close the EADM, or we just wait for it to be ready. So I'm going to pause it right now. It's fine, this part. Okay, now we are back. So this is the behavior that we have. So it doesn't mean there is something wrong with it. It's just it has a different device already connected over there. So let's go to the full now. So what we need to do is to dispose this. We can start from scratch. Dispose, yes. I'm going to clear all the logs so we can start again. So now what we need to do is to add the device again, but it's this one, the modernize. And here we just need to use the IP address of the equipment or the mini USB. For IP address of the equipment, we just need to use the default ones, 10.10 and the last 4 digits, and those 4 digits need to convert to hexa, from hexa to decimal. So if we go back to the presentation, we just went for all this. Just wait time until you get these 3 flashing and this one solid. Something important, if you interrupt the controller, it will restart for version to the version 3.2 or the version that you already have. So that's something important. I don't know if I mentioned it at this time or not. So we just need to use modernize, and by default you get the HTTP/HTTPS with this port. So we just need to change the IP address to use the mini USB or the Ethernet service with the default IP address. Okay, so now that we have this, we just need to go back to the EADM. So we're going to use the USB, the one, add device. So you can see that it's reachable, but we have the credentials that are not wrong. We need to validate the credentials, the certificates, and then the credentials. So if you're not able to do this part and it's in gray, and if you can ping it and everything, then it's probably something that you have in your PC that is blocking it. Okay, if you are an Schneider employee, so probably disable the set scaler. So here we just need to trust the certificate. Yes, we're going to trust you. And here we just need to open this. This one has a different user and password. So this are these two, loader and FW download. These are the new certificate or credential that we need. So loader, FW download, save and connect. Everything is fine, connect successful. Now we just need to select update center once again, firmware, and here we just need to select the firmware that we want. So this one now is in the cloud. Okay, this one is the one I have in my PC, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, the firmware has been selected. I need to select the CPU and then update. Firmware, next, and 399 to 4.10. Then I would make another one to how is the migration from 10. Another one. Confirm. Now it's downloading the files. Then I will put that into the controller. Just wait for it. Okay. Let's go to the full experience. You can see there are the 3 LEDs flashing. They are still flashing over there. Let's put myself there. Okay, there are a few things going around. As you can see, is downloading things, doing things in the background. You can see here at the 48%. So it's going to take time. Just wait for it. Okay, so I'm going to pause it and then I will come back when it's finished or it's nearly finished. So now I come back, you can see that is rebooting itself, it's doing a few things. So hopefully we should be able to have the CPU with the firmware that we have already selected. So right now it's flashing, it's rebooting, it's doing a few things over there, which is fine. So if we go back to the firmware, this is the steps, the document, a video already show you, that came with the package when you download it. So you're able to see all the steps that needs to be done. All the steps that needs to be done. Okay, all the steps that needs to be done. Okay. The LEDs, identification, and the LEDs about the process. Okay, and then hopefully it works. So now that we already have done this, okay, you can see the PLC is there, it's in stop. So we have the possibility to dispose this. So I'm going to dispose, yes, going to add the device. Now is, what was the device? 2040 90.0.0.1 add device. We need to validate the credentials. Okay. Trust. Now I'm going to use this one. So it's going to be loader, I believe, and then FW download. So I connect, now ready, and you can see here I have the version 4.10, okay, which is the version I already selected. Okay, so this is how you can make the upgrade of the old M580 version 3.20 in my case, to the intermediate version 3.99, and then to the last version that I have already selected, which is the 4.10, but there is another ones, so we can create a different video for that. But this is the whole process, how to make the migration of the firmware for the older one to the new one using the EADM, EcoStruxure Automation Device Maintenance, and using the package firmware for the update. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you in the next one.